and he says he couldn't get it out of his mind.
What?
I feel silly to say it.
Tell me.
That they looked like they were trying to bum a smoke.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
I think someone is putting you on.
Very likely.
You aren't even supposed to smoke in a forest.
Go fight City Hall. What kind of a world is it that can't even keep its streets clean?
A self-destructive world.
You said it.
A cruel world.
Dirty world. Ugh. I'm getting old.
Nobody's getting any younger.
Almost makes a fellow want to stop trying.
Stop trying what?
You know, life is a lot simpler than many people would like us to believe.
How so?
Take the doc.
All right.
Of what does his life consist?
Well, flying,
Yes,
eating,
yes,
sleeping,
yes,
washing himself,
yes,
mating,
yes.
and perhaps getting himself shot by some jerk in a red hat.
Or death.
Should we include that as one of the activities of life?
Well, you can't die in a vacuum.
That's true.
So, there we have it. The doc, too, is doomed to death.
As are we all.
But his life prior to that is so much more simple. He's born, he learns his trade, to fly. He flies, he eats, he finds a mate, he gets young, he flies some more, he dies. A simple, straightforward, easy to handle life.
So what's your point?
Now look,
Okay.
on his deathbed, what does the duck say if only he could speak?
He wants to live some more.
Right, but guilt, remorse, other bad feelings, oh no. He is in tune with nature.
He's a part of nature. He's a duck.
Yes, but so is man a part of nature.
Speak for yourself.
I am speaking for myself.
Then speak to yourself.
Who asked you to listen?
Who asked you to talk?
Why are you getting upset?
You upset me.
Yeah?
With your talk of nature and the duck and death. Morbid, useless talk. You know, it is a good thing to be perceptive, but you shouldn't let it get in the way.
And that is the point I was trying to make. Yes, in many ways, nature is our window to the world.
Nature is the world.
It shows you how easy it is to take a good idea and glop it up.
So who do you complain to?
Well, you complain to me.
Do you mind?
I'm glad I got the time to listen.
Man needs a friend in this life.
In this or any other life.
You said it. Without a friend, life is not...
Worth living.
No, it's still worth living. I mean, what is worth living if not life? No, but life without a friend is...
It's lonely.
It sure is. You said it. It's good to have a friend.
It's good to be a friend.
It's good to have a friend to talk to.
It's good to talk to a friend.
To complain to a friend.
It's good to listen
good.
to a friend.
To make life a little less full of pain
Try anything.
is good.
For you or for a friend, because it's good to help.
To help a friend in need is the most that any man could want to do.
And you couldn't ask for more than that.
I wouldn't.
Good.
Being a loner in this world
It's not my bag of tea.
is no good. No man is an island to himself.
Or to anyone else.
You can't live alone forever. You can't live forever anyway, but you can't live alone. Nothing that lives can live alone. Flowers. You never find just one flower. Trees. Ducks.
Cactus.
Lives alone.
Well, you take the cactus in the waste. It stands alone as far as the eye can tell.
But there are other cacti.
Not in that immediate area, no.
What are you trying to say?
That the cactus, unlike anything else that cannot live alone, thrives.
I don't want to hear it.
And it's true, that cactus.
I don't want to hear it. If it's false, don't waste my time. And if it's true, I don't want to know.
It's a proven fact.
I can't hear trees and the animals and sun, just once in a while, traipse back to
Your apartment.
joyless, cold concrete, apartment, stuff, linoleum, imitation.
The park is more real.
The park, yes,
Sitting on benches.
yes,
Visiting tame animals.
taken from wildest captivity.
Watching a lake that's a sewer.
At least it's water.
You want to drink it?
I drink it every day.
Yeah, after it's been cured and filtered.
A lake just the same. My inland sea.
Full of inland shit.
It's better than nothing.
Nothing is better than nothing.
Well, it's a close second.
But why does it hurt you to come to the park?
I sit home. I can come to the park. At the park, the only place I have to go is home.
Better not to have a park?
I don't know.
Better not to have a zoo? We should forget what a turtle is?
Ah,
Our children should never know the joy of watching some animal behaving.
I don't know.
They should stay home and know only guppies eating their young.
Let them go to the country. Nature's playground. The country. The land that time forgot. Mallards in formation. Individual barnyard noises. Horses. Rusty gates. An ancient tractor. Hay. Barley. Mushrooms. Rye. Stuffed full of abundance. Enough to feed the nations of the world.
We'll have them over. We don't get enough riffraff.
Enough to gorge the countless cows of South America.
Did you make that up?
Yes,
I take my hat off to you.
thank
Feed the many. How does it go?
you. Stuff the nameless. Yeah, it'll come to me.
When you get it, tell me.
At the zoo, they got ducks. They got, what do you call it? A mallard. They got a mallard and, what is it? A cantaloupe.
You mean an antelope?
No, it's not cantaloupe, but it's like cantaloupe.
Antelope?
No, antelope is like an elk. What I'm thinking is like a duck.
Goose.
No, but it's what sounds like cantaloupe, but it isn't.
Antelope, I'm sorry, but that's it.
No, wait. Kala, Kama, Grand.
Canadian ducks.
No, I've seen them, the ones I mean. I've seen them in the zoo.
Ducks?
Yes, ducks that I'm talking about. My God, I know what I mean. They're called... The only thing that comes up is Canta, Cantel, Pantel, Panda...
Well, they ain't got no panda.
I know it.
They had a panda at the other zoo, but it died.
Yeah,
There were 2 of them, or 3. But they were all men, and when they died, they couldn't have any babies, of course. So
Ransman.
the pandas died.
Lula?
Not swans.
No, please. I know swans. I'm talking about ducks.
I know it. Those pandas were something.
Yeah,
Giant pandas.
yeah.
Big things.
I've seen them.
Not lately, though.
No.
Because they've been dead.
I know it.
From the Orient. Pandas from the Far East. There for all to see.
Antelope,
Black and white.
calico.
Together.
A
A giant panda. Over 2 stories tall. It got too expensive to feed it. They had to put him to sleep.
It's a crying shame.
Huh?
A crying, piss-laden shame of blot on our time, gook on the scutcheon, oil slicks from here to Africa.
Huh?
They don't allow no smoking on ocean liners. One spark overboard and the whole ocean goes.
Yeah?
Oil-bearing ducks floating up dead on the beaches. Beaches closing, no place to swim. The surface of the sea is solid, dying wildlife. In Australia, they're finding fish, they're going blind from lack of sun. New scary species are developing. They eat nothing but dead birds.
Yeah?
Catfish.
I think that's something different.
Never more thrushes. No more the duck. Blue jays, cardinals, making the dead ocean their last home.
When I was young,
Floating up dead on the beaches.
around my house,
Their lungs a sodden pulp of gasoline. They're made for something better than that.
in the springtime, we used...
Can't even burn leaves in the fall. We have to wrap them in plastic. Next, we'll have to wrap each leaf individually. Little numbered packets for each leaf. It shouldn't contaminate us with the vapors. Little numbered packets.
Our lawn was.
What?
Huh?
What was your lawn?
I forget.
Can you imagine being the last man alive to have seen a blue heron or a wild buffalo?
No man can live in the path of a wild buffalo.
All right, a regular buffalo then.
They got him at the zoo.
Buffaloes?
Yeah, they got plenty of them.
But that's in captivity.
I should hope so.
Well, in any case, you see my point.
Yes.
Well, that's the point I was trying to make.
Did you know what I was reading somewhere?
Please.
I...
I hurt your feelings.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
There's no excuse for that.
Right.
What were you going to say?
About the balance of nature
Yes?
being dependent on one of the professional spectator sports
You're full of shit.
for its continuation.
What made you think of that?
I'm not sure.
Some sport?
I don't.
Nature?
Perhaps.
Do you remember which sport?
No, I wouldn't want to go on record as remembering. One of the major league sports.
Where did you read it?
I don't know, the Reader's Digest. Also, they found a use for cancer.
Knock wood.
It's about time. All the millions we spend on research, cigarettes.
Wildlife.
Nothing wrong with spending money on wildlife.
It's all take.
Nature gives it back many times over.
Yeah?
A blue heron at sunset.
They're all dead.
A whiff of breeze from the lake.
Or hiding.
A flight of ducks.
A duck is, after all, only a bird.
But what a bird.
A pigeon, too, is a bird.
There's no comparison.
What is the difference between a duck and a pigeon?
Basically, a lack of comparison.
Aside from that,
It is a difference of self-respect. You can't argue with that.
I won't begin.
Good. Wouldn't get you anywhere.
Ha ha.
Big talk.
I'm ready to back it up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Anytime you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, then.
Are you ready?
You bet you're Red Ryder.
Good.
Hey, what? Grown-ups squabbling about birds?
You started it.
I beg to differ.
Go right ahead.
All right, I do differ.
It makes no difference. I was holding an intelligent conversation and then you came along.
And simply pointed out that you were turning something into a thing which it is not.
What is more noble than a duck?
Depends on the duck.
Is a pigeon more noble than a duck?
Are you saying that just because a duck is wild and has no rules...
No rules. No rules. No rules but the sun and the moon. No rules but the law of the seasons and where to go when at what specific time. No rules but to find a mate and to cleave into her until death does them part.
Is that true?
It surely is.
That I didn't know.
Well, learn from your mistakes.
I will.
No rules.
all right.
One of the most rigid creatures.
I'm sorry.
Did you know that many human societies are modeled on those of our animal friends?
Pish.
I beg to differ.
Pish foo.
The French, for example.
Are modeled on animals?
Historically, yes.
Where did you get that?
Some guide to France.
I don't believe it.
I got it somewhere. I'll show you.
You do that.
I will.
You just do that.
Don't push me.
I won't.
All right.
Darn tootin'. Whenever I think of wild flying things, I wonder
Yeah.
if in the city as we are,
Yeah.
well, we maybe
Yeah.
forget it.
Ducks.
Ducks.
Ducks. Flying wild.
Wild over boundaries.
Lakes, rivers.
Imaginary lines.
The equator.
Never minding, never stopping.
Stopping for no man.
High over unmanned terrain.
Barren.
Unexplored North Country.
Naked. Strange.
Here and there a mountain.
Cold.
Nowhere to rest.
What a life.
Sleeping on the fly.
Blown by storms.
You know, that is not a laughing matter.
Who's laughing?
Much wildlife is, I am about to tell you, killed each year in storms and similar things where they have a lot of wind.
Don't I know it?
Another countless danger for the duck.
Frost.
Hail.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Hail.
Pelting the poor creature, alone in the sky, many feet in the air. He can't go right, he can't go left.
Nowhere to go.
Hail all over, hitting him, pelting him, making ribbons of his wings, creaming him out of the sky.
The law of life.
That's what you say now.
Some must die so others can live.
But they must die too.
So some must die so others can live a little longer. That's implied.
And then they die.
Of course, so that others can live. It makes sense if you think about it.
They stuff them.
Huh?
They stuff them. They shoot them and they stuff them.
So long as they're dead.
Sawdust. And they tack them on the wall.
Also, they stuff them for the oven.
That too.
Yeah.
But to kill for no reason, without rhyme or reason,
Yeah.
to shoot them, what a waste. What a waste in the life of a duck, to be shot and not even eaten.
At least,
Shot down like some animal.
at least they shoot them in the air.
Huh?
Yeah, what, you can't shoot them on foot?
Yeah?
They got laws, seasons. Didn't you ever hear of duck season?
Of course.
Well, duck season is when you can kill them legally.
And when is it?
Duck season?
Yeah.
The spring, several weeks. The fall, several weeks.
Whenever the duck is around.
No, it's, yeah.
They got the season, so the only time it's not legal to shoot them is when they ain't here.
Yeah.
They're no dummies.
Yeah.
Influence, strings.
It ain't cheap to hunt ducks.
Are you kidding me?
No, you need land.
You need a lot of land.
At least a mile. And you need
Guns.
one gun only.
And a spare.
And some ammo to put in the gun.
A telescope.
Those hats.
A bladder to call them.
Not always necessary.
But good to have in an emergency. A bag to put them in.
Big boots.
A raincoat.
A radio.
You gotta take lunch.
You need a lot of things.
A license.
And a lot of luck.
Oh, yes.
It's easy to pick out a little wobbling duck for miles in a clear blue sky.
No.
A lot of luck.
And practice.
Who's got the time?
Every day, a half hour anyway. Practice.
Is where they separate the men from the boys. At that moment, there's no turning back. You're committed. You've been lying on the ground and blatting around for hours, searching the sky, crouching till your back hurts from dawn on.
Yes.
Lying in the cold earth, trying not to look like anything, hoping, praying for that one duck.
A low-flying duck.
That one chance to beyond the horizon, till you don't even know what it is a honking. The honking comes closer, closer and louder. You see a far-off blur. The blur becomes a speck. The speck gets bigger. It's a big speck. It's a dot. The dot is advancing and it's honking, and the honking is louder and becomes clear and precise. You can just make it out, flapping, flying in a line to join its comrades. Frantic, lost, dangerous, vicious, a duck. And on he comes. You quietly raise from the ground one knee, two knees. You pick up the gun and put it on your shoulder and point it at the duck. It's you and him. You and the duck on the marsh. He wants to go home and you want to kill him for it. So you fire the gun once, again, again, again. Your ears are ringing. Your eyes are covered in spots. You can't see. You're quivering all over and you've got to sit down. You're slowly you lower yourself to the earth. Your joints creak with the weight of your body. Your chest, your shoulder aches from pounding, and your...
Where's the duck?
The duck is dying.
Out in the marsh.
Out in the marsh.
Oh, no.
In a flock of feathers and blood, full of bullets. Quiet, so not to make a sound. Dying.
Living his last.
Dying.
Leaving the earth and sky.
Dying.
Lying on the ground.
Dying.
Fluttering.
Dying.
Sobbing.
Dying.
Quietly bleeding.
Thinking.
Dying.
Dying.
But wait, this here. He summons his strength for one last time. Maybe he beats around and tries to make it back in the air. One last... A flutter of a little...
No.
He's dead, isn't he? I knew it.
The law of life.
You know, for centuries prior to this time, man has watched birds.
They're still watching.
To obtain the secret of flight.
They're better off without it.
Yeah.
They'll go to their graves with it.
The ancient Greeks used to sit around all day looking at birds.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. They'd take a chair and go sit and look at them. Just watch them all day long and wonder.
I too would wonder. A crumbling civilization. They're out in the park looking at birds.
These were the ancient Greeks. Old men. Incapable of working. Of no use to their society. Just used to watch the birds all day long. First light to last light. First light, go watch birds. Last light, stop watching birds. Go home. Swallows, falcons. Forerunners of our modern birds. And forerunners of our modern states. Greeks, birds, used to sit out all day long. Sit on a bench and feed them. Give them little bits of
Rice?
Yes. History is not completely clear on that point, but we can imagine rice for the sake of argument. Rich, sleek birds of prey.
And fat old men.
Watching each other. Each with something to contribute, that the world might turn another day. A fitting end to some very noble creatures of the sky, and a lot of Greeks